What's up, man? So we back again on Cap. We're gonna talk about a little bit more corruption. Now we're gonna talk about if y'all watched my last videos. If you haven't, please go back and watch them. But y'all know I had a cleaning business and all that type of stuff, and that got messed up. That's in my last video. You can go check that out. In this video, we're gonna talk about how they came from my trucking business too. Okay. Now, I want to make this clear before I go forward. In September, we went down to the courts to try to press charges on the real estate agent, the nonprofit named Eggleston, and my old church. Remember I told y'all they wouldn't help me. That's the video that you see of the cop coming to my front door, and he was threatening me. He asked me if I was going to drop the charges that I went out and pressed in September. The one where he walked away from my house, backing up, talking about nice house you got here, and then went and flashed all the lights in my car. That was because of that. So we went in September to do that, right? So now we're in October. By now, like I told y'all, I started my trucking business. Got my gotta use my same LLC, but I got a DOT number, my MC number. Dropped 6-7 bands on this business. Okay. Now I had a 26-foot box truck that I parked in front of my house. You can see the truck sitting right here. Now check the date. That's in August. Okay. Now you can see right here that I started with the company named UST, which we was moving furniture. Was on 725. Okay. So I've been sitting there. My truck had been sitting there before this next thing I'm about to go into for what, 3 months, something like that. Never had any issues, never had any problems, nothing. This was in August that the truck was sitting there. And like I said, I left the other company that I talked about in the last video, named Rent Ready. I left them and then started this company, just trying to get away from these people. So that was in August. I mean July, sorry, that was in July. So then we go down to the courts in September again to try to press charges on all these people that was harassing us. Then a couple weeks after we go down to do that, we went down there, I believe it was the end of September. So a couple of weeks after we do that, this happens. Before I run the video, check the date. Okay? October 14th. A matter of a couple weeks after we went down to try to get charges pressed on these people. Suddenly, there's a knock at my door. Okay? Well, actually, there wasn't even a knock. I saw the police assistant pull up in front of my house, and I already knew what was up. She parked right behind my truck. She had her lights on. So I come outside. I asked her what she was doing here, and she was like, "You can't have your truck parked here in front of your house. It's illegal." I told her that my truck had been parked there for 3 months with no issues at all, and now all of a sudden my truck can't be parked there. Now I had a feeling what they were going to try to do, because we had a neighbor that was a couple doors house to us that was involved with Eggleston. The whole neighborhood was like weird. I used to park by both of my cars in the driveway, and one of my cars used to stick out on the sidewalk a little bit. She had her own driveway. She was on one of them 4-wheeler, Rover things. Her layout was messed up. So she had her own driveway, but for some reason she drove 3 or 4 houses down just to drive past my house and then go down the driveway next door. Now, she didn't have to do this at all, okay? I want to be very clear, because later on down the line in the future video I make, you're going to see that right after I had confronted her about something, she went down her driveway every day, never came down past my house again. So I knew their goal was to have me try to either move my truck somewhere that they can damage it because I can't see it, or have me put my truck in the driveway and then not fit, and then send her down there to make complaints, and then they call the police again, tell me I can't move my truck. Which in the future, she can't get past the sidewalk, and it's illegal. Which in the future video, you're gonna see that actually did happen, and it's gonna blow your mind. So anyway, she pulls up, right, and I know what they're doing. So I'm a little playful with them, like, because to me it's I just can't believe that they go that far to an extent to protect somebody because they did evil. You know what I'm saying? And the real estate agent is well known in the area, and we're gonna talk about her too, how she got involved. And her husband is a big time lawyer, criminal lawyer in Portsmouth, the same city the church was in. So it was crazy. So, you know, they got connections to police, law enforcement, all that type of stuff. Here's part of it right here. Wait, can you repeat that again for me?
Yes, I can. Lieutenant Ross.
Mm-hmm. And she's the one that sent you over here?
No.
So who sent you over here today?
I can't say. It's just a complaint.
You just got a random complaint today and they sent you over here today?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is right.
So, you know, I knew she was sitting over there, but she was acting like she wasn't. She said somebody called and made a complaint, but I won't put that past the neighborhood either, because like I said, it was a bit Jehovah's Witness neighborhood. Everybody seemed to be involved in that neighborhood, very much so criminal activity. So, yeah. Now, I told her I was just going to pull my cars out and put them in the driveway, right? So, here's a video of me talking to her about that. Okay, so yeah, of course I do. Yeah, I'm enjoying the fun with you guys. So, you said I got 2 hours before I have to move it?
Well, I'm going to check with my chain to make sure.
The chain that sent you over here today?
They didn't send me over here.
I'm sure you were sent over here. But it's fine. I can just pull my cars out and then I'll put my truck in the driveway.
That's fine. You can do that and then I'll ticket you or anything.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'd rather, you could ticket me actually. I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that. So I'm going to pull my cars out and then I'm going to pull the truck in and then you could be on about your way.
Okay.
You know, protecting and serving. Yeah. Appreciate it. Now you can see that I was kind of playing with it a little bit, saying you can write me a ticket, I don't care, because I really didn't care. It's like, I'm not going to be bullied, you know? You're not going to bully me. So, to their surprise, I was able to fit my truck in that driveway. Because, you know, I be driving, man. So, after I got out of the driveway, I didn't get this part on video, but I went over there to the cop and stuff because they called, I asked for a supervisor, right? She called her supervisor out there, and he was like, you know, he talked to me or whatever, and then he was like, I need to talk to her about it. And I was like, why? Don't you know the law? He was like, well, she called me over here, so I have to see what she's talking about. He goes over there to talk to her, and they look on Google about the law. Y'all heard in the video, she said I couldn't have the truck parked there more than 2 hours, right? So they looked at Google. I literally saw them searching on Google the law of the city and saying that that's why they came out there. Now again, there are dump trucks parked in the neighborhood. Other huge trucks parked everywhere in the neighborhood, okay? So that's not the case. I knew they were targeting me, you know what I mean? I was talking to the black dude that's in this video I'm about to show, and I was telling him, I was like, y'all out here protecting the service? I was like, are you a man with integrity? You know, I'm kind of like, you know, like, are you really protecting the service? Like, I pay your bills, man. I pay my taxes, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You can see how quickly they jump in them cars and how they look, especially the girl that pulled up the first time that was in an assistant police vehicle. Look how fast they jump in them cars, or she jump in that car, and her facial expression after I put that truck there. And then I pick my camera up and they see my camera. These bumper clocks. Look at the bumper clocks. Gal! She was up out of there. So boom, success. My truck nose isn't sitting on the sidewalk or anything. So I pretty much beat him again. You know what I'm saying? Nothing they can do. I'm still not homeless. Like, they still try to mess up my money. I'm still not homeless. Everything they were throwing at me, I just kept finding ways around it, right? So then this happens. I'm on a job one day, and my fiance hits me up and tells me, babe, they're about to put a fence up next door. She said the gas man came and knocked on the door and said he needed to see where our gas lines are on our house, because they're about to put a fence up next door. Now, why do you need to come in my yard to look at our gas lines if you're about to put a fence up next door? Now, mind you, they're about to put a fence up in the front yard. Okay, there's never been a fence there before. I even checked Google Maps. Never been a fence there before at all. And the fence that they do put up, which you're going to see in part 2, this is part 1. The fence that they do put up, they put up on one side of the house. Okay, one side. All right, and you'll see the placement of that in part 2 of the video. So you're gonna have to make sure you go check that out. This is the guy that came by the house. Check the date of when they showed up. 2 weeks after I put that truck in the driveway and they couldn't stop me from working. Now, look at where the gas lines are. I mean, nowhere near the neighbor's house. So, why did you have to come in my yard and do that? This was really a warning. It was like, you need to go back and talk to the church and, you know, rekindle things, whatever the case may be, join Jehovah's Witness or our organization. Because, again, they were still coming to knock on the door, all that type of stuff. The church still, like, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of weird stuff going on. So you need to join us, or we're going to find a way anyway to make you homeless, to stop your money. We're going to keep messing with you, keep attacking you, whatever we got to do. And I told y'all, they were sending letters like, don't you want peace? You know, join Jehovah's Witness. You know what I'm saying? Because my whole church was a part of that. You know what I mean? That's going to be all for part one, man. I'm going to try to, I know my videos be kind of long, but I just be wanting to get the whole story out there. But make sure y'all check out part 2, yeah? Christ is King. We are saved. We are not soft. We ain't scared of no demons, boy.